Hi, I'm attorney Nate Gilbert in San Antonio, Texas. If you have ever thought about forming an LLC or business, you've probably thought about, why does this make sense? Is this a good idea? How does this save me money? One of the ways that an LLC can save you money is by moving deductions. So instead of taking a standard deduction, we take our itemized deductions and move those onto a Schedule C from our 1040. Okay, I just threw a lot at you there and probably none of it makes sense. If you file individually or you file married filing jointly, you file what's called a 1040. That 1040 goes through all your tax information and provides you with an opportunity to take either the standard deduction that's offered by the IRS, or you can itemize deductions. So if you itemize deductions, you count up all your individual write-offs for the year, your donations, all that sort of stuff. We put that together and that is your standard or itemized deduction number. If that number is not higher than the standard deduction, we usually advise folks to take the standard deduction. Standard deduction for individuals is $14,600, or for married filing jointly, it's $29,000. Okay, so we want to make sure that we are choosing the one that's best for us. So if I only have $14,000 in itemized deductions, but I'm filing married jointly with my wife, then we want to take the standard deduction of $29,000, right? That's a higher number. We want a bigger deduction. However, if I form an LLC, I can take the standard deduction on the 1040 as well as move my individual write-offs and my deductions from my business onto a Schedule C. Now I'm able to capture a lot more deductions and write-offs through that Schedule C. Okay, the Schedule C is a worksheet published by the IRS that you use if you have an LLC. So if you have that LLC, you file the Schedule C. And Schedule C is just a worksheet that will take you through all these different deductions and things. So you'll be able to capture things like business use of your home, right? So you use a square footage calculation of, okay, my office is this many square feet, my home is X number of square feet as well. I'm going to use that particular home office for my business, and I'm able to capture that write-off or deduction using the standard formula. We're also able to do things like capture expenses for membership meetings, things like that. What we're doing with those write-offs is we're reducing our taxable income, and that's the whole goal of taxes, right? So this is one of the big ways that an LLC can save you money. Now, there are all kinds of videos and things out there about things called an S Corp election or making your LLC be taxed as a corporation. That is a whole other barrel of monkeys that you should only address with your CPA or tax advisor. I've got some videos on why you should not listen to me on S Corp elections or deductions, because I am not a tax professional. So that's one of the big main ways that an LLC can save you money. There are all kinds of other things to think about when you are forming an LLC, but if this is one of the questions that you've been asking yourself, this is a great place to start with that answer.